You ready for an eclipse week? My gosh, do we have some astrology going on? Might be feeling like you're in a karmic washing machine. Might be feeling like the energetics have just like shaken you up or shaken up your life. And things are kind of scattered across the cosmos a little bit. This is eclipse season. Eclipse seasons are very fated. This entire week, we are leading up to that new moon eclipse that's happening on Sunday, the 21st. I'm going to take us day by day through the astrology, Monday through Sunday, give you the big points, how to work with everything. But I really want to create big space to talk about this eclipse. It is a karmic crunch zone, this eclipse. It's on the 29th degree of Virgo. What does that mean, Sabrina? Okay. We have a lot of outer planets hanging out at 1, 2 degrees, 29, 28 degrees. So this eclipse is lighting up all of these outer planets that are pointing to big change. You know, they're talking about 2025, this massive evolution, this like quickening of our own conscious evolution in humanity. I've been doing a couple videos on that if you're interested in this kind of quickening between 2025 to 2027 and this new human, like what are we evolving into? Check out these last 2 episodes I did. There's a part 1, part 2. I'll probably keep going because it seems to be really serving those of us who are kind of walking an awakening path. It's almost like we're on the forefront. Feel this for yourself because these eclipses are speeding this up. We're on the forefront, pioneering into what's possible in our consciousness. Might feel a little bit messy, might feel a little bit like dark night of the soul, might feel a little confusing, but what's happening is this quick, rapid, almost like cellular DNA change, consciousness change is going on. Let's talk about the week ahead, though. We'll start Monday through Sunday. All right, here we go. Monday, crunchy day. Yep, Monday the 15th. Crunchy, 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 crunchy. Reason being, Mars, god of war, opposes Eris. Eris. Who's Eris? Eris is chaos and discord for truth. Now, this is happening in an eclipse window. We're sandwiched between 2 eclipses. The first eclipse was that full moon eclipse on the 7th, and we're headed towards Sunday's new moon eclipse on the 21st. We are in a phase of releasing what is false, releasing what is no longer serving, what is no longer true. We're in a phase of seeing our truth and speaking our truth so we can create a new reality come that new moon on the 21st. This is powerful and potent. Monday is a day that we're going to want to honor that inner self, honor the inner voice, honor what it is that is true. We may need to speak some boundaries. We may need to have some challenging conversations about pivots. These 2 weeks, sandwiched between eclipses, it's a lot about making pivots in life. Pivoting. Okay, I need to pivot toward this. I need to pivot away from this. And Monday, with the fierce goddess, Eris goddess, dark goddess, fierce goddess, I am going to hold you to your soul's greatest path, and I am going to force you to see where you're out of alignment in your life. I am going to wield, this is also Eris, a little bit of a deeper mystery held within her. I'm going to wield creative chaos through you so you can create a new reality in your life, one that is much more aligned with who you actually are, not what the world told you to be. Eris does not care about social norms. She does not care about fitting in. There is no people pleaser in her. There is no dimming your light or playing small. Eris wants, here is your full potential. Here is exactly the life that your soul, not your ego, that your soul is dying to live. Now, Mars is a very alive and active force on the planet. Mars is an archetypal energy that is very alive in all of us. Eris, little further out there, right? Little further out there, we like to hide her and deny her a lot. But her being in opposition to a personal, well-integrated Mars, it's the warrior. Very well integrated into the collective consciousness, into you, into me, into all of us. I should say most of us. Some of us, we've denied our warrior. Some of us, we still got like reclamation of the warrior to do. A lot of us have purification of the warrior to do, right? Like we want high voltage Shaolin warrior. That's what we're looking for. Like, what is it that you would fight for? What is it that you would die for? What is it that you live for? And then that action-oriented Mars, high, third stage, divine expression of that will take your truth, your into the world. He's the action. He will make it happen. He will make it happen. But it's like, where are his marching orders coming from? That's Mars. Where are his marching orders coming from? He is a soldier. Who's giving him marching orders? Is it little self? Is it wounded self? Is it egoical self? We see that running rampant in the world, right? Is it high voltage? You think Shaolin warrior, right? You think soul level warrior. That's a very interesting feel for warrior. Like you might think mama bear energy, warrior for love. I'm not saying mama bear is always at third stage either, by the way. Sometimes she is still in a stage 2 developing territory. But this configuration on Monday is saying, Eris, your truth, right? Eris, it's your deepest truth. And she will conveniently and beautifully create some chaos or discord so that we can see. All right. Let's keep going. Another little play that's happening on Monday is Mars. We've just spoken about him, god of war. He's trine Venus. This is a really good flow of energy. He's trining Venus, sextiling Eris. So Eris is opposing Mars, and Venus is in a good flow here. So while I'm saying it's spicy and there's a lot of truth, Venus being in a good flow, that's the feminine. So the feminine is actually going to be the place that we want to go on Monday, even Tuesday and into Wednesday. The feminine, our Venusian aspect, is the place we want to go for the wisdom, right? Mars could be off the planet, that masculine warrior could be off the planet with Eris. She might be just throwing daggers at him, right? Eris being in good flow though, and Mars being in good flow to Venus, it's like, yes, this is the highest way forward because she's sitting in wisdom position in this configuration. Now this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this whole time, just know that feminine piece can be the real aspect of self to lean into for wise decisions. Okay, let's go to Tuesday. So Tuesday, the 16th, Moon is conjunct Jupiter. Tuesday could feel lighter. Tuesday can feel hopeful. Tuesday can feel really expanded. That's Jupiter, really grace-filled. Like, I want to also say thinking outside the box. Now, thinking is typically associated with Mercury, but it's like dreaming outside the box, feeling outside the box. Gosh, there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of potentials. Tuesday could be a really good day to feel into intentions you're setting for the new moon on Sunday, because you've got the grace bomb of Jupiter and you've got the moon. Moon is an aspect of self. Moon, I would feel into your emotional nature. I would do some intuitive, right? Moon is very intuitive. It's intuitive. It's feminine. It's emotional nature. It's like ground of being. Okay, if I was going to get into that state and I was going to feel into my highest path forward without limits, that's Jupiter, without limits, really expanding into like my greatest potentials, no limits, blow up the upper limits. What is it? What is it? What is it? And intuitively feel and sense into that. And if you can bring words to it, write it down, right? These are the seeds that we want to feel into again on Sunday, if these are the seeds we want to plant for our new chapter of life. New moon, new beginning, Sunday, and an eclipse. It's a bigger chapter starting that we get to do on Sunday. Okay, so that's on Tuesday. Now, I'll share this on Tuesday too. I like this lineup. Can be a little bit tricky. However, I think we can really get some juice out of this. So we've already talked about there being really good seed planting. Vesta is also involved on Tuesday. Vesta is the Shakti, the feminine wisdom energy of aiming your life force at something that is deeply on purpose for you. This is good. Eclipses are always pointing to your purpose. That's what this whole season is. Again, we're sandwiched between these two. And so this is what's purposeful for you. This is what's meaningful for you. I want to help you to get back into alignment with your highest unfolding, your greatest potentials. Now, this is even greater potentials because of this configuration of all those outer planets at 1-2 degrees and this falling at 29 degrees. This is lighting up like the new you in a higher potential than you've ever dreamed possible. It's really that. So Tuesday's the day to really go in beyond what you thought was possible, beyond what you could have imagined for yourself. All right, so that's on Tuesday. That's Vesta. She's in opposition to Uranus, and she's in a trine to Pluto. Okay, so Vesta, just here's what I want to share. These are really lighting up our capacity to focus, to zero in on, I sometimes say this line, just because I can doesn't mean I should. There's a lot of things that I could pour my energy into, my love into. What are the most aligned, the most on purpose, the truest? That's the question we want to ask ourselves on Tuesday, and we want to have no upper limits, no upper limits. So during this eclipse season, I'm really starting to feel into moving back to Australia. Right? Prior to this, I'd have been like, no, where in the US feels good? Because I've been a US citizen for the last 5 years, and I've had this like unknown kind of upper limit, and then really getting outside of the box. So what is it that you can do to support yourself getting outside of the box? What friends do you talk to? What things do you listen to? Communities do you get involved in? Books do you read that help you think outside the box? Think outside the box. This entire week, blow up those upper limits. Think outside of the box. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of same, the known. This is a week of moving into unknown, greater you, bigger you, fuller you. A life that is so full you can barely stand it. So full of purpose and meaning and love, you can barely stand it. Not just full to be busy. That's not it at all. But a life that is so alive and aligned, so joyful, so blissful from like deep soul fulfillment place. This is what we want to focus on all week. So if you did one practice every single day, it would be focusing on that. This week is also a week of discernment. So this week would be really great to be very discerning about this brings me joy, this does not. This brings me joy, this does not. This brings me joy, this does not. And then go, these things that do not bring me joy. Is there a shift that wants to happen in them? Or are they done? Do they need to go out of my life? And being very discerning and being very courageous in what's got to go. Again, we are headed toward a new moon. This is the dark phase of the moon. It's the shedding. It's the releasing. We're sandwiched between two eclipses. It is a week of close the doors, clean up the mess, let things fall away. They gotta go. Have the hard conversations. This is done. I'm completing this. Honoring those deaths or those endings in however you need to, right? Ritualize them. Think, gratitude, and moving forward. By Sunday, we're going to want to be looking ahead. So this is our last week in this eclipse sandwich between the 7th of September and the 21st of September to shed it. And you want to shed big stuff. Someone yesterday said to me, I really want to just apologize for any ways I've ever hurt you. I want to, and it was beautiful, right? Talk about closing loops. And it was just this like beautiful, powerful moment of, I want to apologize. And we were both doing that. Like, I just want to humbly and beautifully like say, I'm sorry for all the times that I hurt you and I didn't even know I hurt you. This is like a beloved friend in my life. All those times. And I said to them, I love this and I'm in. And I want to go all of our past lives too. I want to forgive all of the past lives that I maybe have seen or felt or that I haven't seen or felt. This is what's possible during this eclipse week, is I want to forgive you and I want to let go of any wounding, any hurt in all past lives that we have ever danced together. All future lives, that whole line is lit up. All future lives, all simultaneous lives, all past lives. That's what's going on during eclipse seasons. That is exactly what these nodes of fate are about. South node is all past lives. It is all ancestral lines. It is everything behind you. And you don't have to think super linear, right? We can also say it's all happening simultaneously. Future lives, past lives, retro causality, right? Future causality. Like Rick Levine and I got into this a little bit when that episode comes out. You can stay tuned for that. It's really beautiful. That bit of the conversation. Okay, so that's Tuesday. Let's move on. So Wednesday, Tuesday's the good luck day. Tuesday's really, really good. Like, don't miss Tuesday, I want to say. Wednesday, now we have Mars. Remember on Monday, Mars was in opposition to Eris. Eris is warrior for truth. She is chaos to get you to deeper meaning, right? Deeper purpose, deeper alignment. Now, Mars is in opposition to Chiron. Chiron and Eris have been together dancing for a while. They're going to continue to do that. It's part of this whole 2025 setup of moving us into our new selves, of this kind of more rapid evolution than we've seen in the last few years. So Mars in opposition to Chiron. What does this mean? Again, Mars, personal planet. He kind of like brings the fire and kind of illuminates in a way, like makes it embodied, makes it really touchable, makes it really tangible. We start acting from things that Mars is in aspect to. And so Mars is an aspect to Chiron. These are wounds. Right? This is why I said Tuesday's a really good day to dream into the good shit, because now Mars is in opposition to Chiron. Opposition, you can kind of think of it as like Mars is now on the battlefield for your deepest wounds. Here's the great thing though. Your deepest wounds hold some of your greatest gifts. They hold some of your purpose. They really do. Some of the deepest challenges, sometimes wounds is not a great word, because then we think, oh, we got to do some healing. We got all kinds of like weird belief systems around that and blocks and all that stuff. So if healing is a strange word for you, or wounded healer, or your wounds doesn't feel good, your shit is coming up on Wednesday. And the gift here is to let it, to make it conscious, to create containers for your shit to come up. The things that trigger you. What is like that thorn in your side, that little like bear bug, that old chestnut, you know, like, wow, I really struggle with betrayal. I really struggle with abandonment. I really struggle with this feeling of loneliness. I really struggle with my mom relationship. I really struggle with the masculine. I really struggle with sexuality. I really struggle with being my true self. I really struggle with my boundaries. I really struggle with taking care of myself. I really struggle. What is it? This is a portal where we can alchemize big stuff. But in order to alchemize big stuff, we have to bring it to consciousness. Once we bring it to consciousness, we have choice. Consciousness automatically alchemizes things. It automatically changes it. You bring that deep stuff up from the basement of your being, which is part of what eclipses are about. Bring it up from the basement of the being. And you bring just your awareness to it. You just write it, you speak it, you meditate on it, you think about it. It's not a time to stuff the wounds under the surface this week at all. They will amplify and they will get intense, and who knows what's going to happen with people showing up in your life, conversations coming at you, car accidents, health stuff. That's eclipse season, where like literally the fates can maneuver in the physical world in ways they normally can't. Let me say that again. The fates, your destiny, you could call it your guides, your angels, they get to maneuver the physical world in ways that they normally cannot. They can move people, they can move places, they can move things, they can push things, pull things. It's like karma suddenly has a way to really make itself seen, to really play out. Like we are playing out some karma. Now here's the other thing to think about. This isn't just you being moved. This isn't just the fates playing for you. The fates are playing for everyone around you. They are playing out some deep karmic patterns. Are you getting caught in someone else's karmic showdown? This is a really good question to ask yourself. Are you a player in their play and you don't need to be? This is that discerning piece that I spoke about. It's Virgo. We're in Virgo season. It is discerning. This serves, this doesn't serve. This brings joy, this doesn't bring joy. So this is really good to understand for closings, endings, completions. Someone, for sure, is playing out some karma with you right now. Now, this might be perfectly aligned for you to be playing that karma out with them. You might be playing out your own karma. They're playing out their karma. You're playing out yours. It's perfect. But ask yourself the question. You see someone playing, and don't do spiritual bypassing here. Don't do that. Don't spiritualize the ego. This isn't, I'm holier than thou. I'm better than thou. But it is being very discerning. And if there's any sort of a hook or a clinginess, or it's bringing up a trigger or whatever, you're still playing out the dance. But if someone is needing to play out some karma, because it's eclipse season, we got to do it. It's what's happening. It's part of the path of evolution. It's part of walking our soul's path. It's part of moving through karma into dharma. What it is you're here for, to experience, to grow through. Let me say that one more time. Grow through, learn, become, step into. And this means playing out karma. There's nothing wrong with playing out karma. But if we were to get really conscious about it, and you were to feel into everything that's going on this week, like the property I'm living at in Nevada, I got a phone call today that the owner of the property potentially wants to sell. I can feel there's a whole karmic thing with this property and the owner who owns it. I can feel that. And so very consciously this morning, okay, there's a whole karmic thing that he's working through with finances, with money, with this land, all these contracts of his, right? And I really walk tightly. What is mine? What is mine? What is mine? What is mine? I do not play in that karma. Because it doesn't hook me. It feels unnecessary. It feels unnecessary. It feels like I'm adding extra heaviness to my life that I don't need to. Does that make sense? I hope I'm explaining this well. We've got to hold ourselves to the fire on this though. Because what you don't want to do is skip out on some beautiful, amazing, perfect karmic setup that you get to heal some big stuff. You get to release it. You get to work through it. Right? But be very, very discerning. This is for me. I'm going to walk it as best I can. There's lessons here. I can fucking feel it, right? If you're triggered, if there's stuff coming up for you, it's probably still for you, right? If it's hot, it's active, it's alive, you know what it feels like, right? But if it's just like, there's not really much here for me, right? There's not a hook. There's not a, it's not getting me. It's not like, it's not getting me. I don't have to do this. Now I have choice, do it or not do it. It's not essential for my growth. It's not essential for me to complete the karma. Right now, what I get to do is choose from my highest self. Do I participate in this? Do I not participate in that? I know that was a little bit of a tangent and it could be a little bit more complicated to dive into, but can be very, 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 very powerful, especially in an eclipse season all the time. Like life, we should just walk through life from that place, right? Imagine how many like karmic, gooey, sticky spots you could avoid by not jumping into everybody else's that doesn't necessarily serve for you. All right, enough of that. So that's on Wednesday. That's Mars opposing Chiron. And then, of course, Venus is still there. So remember, Venus is trine and sextile Mars and Chiron. Chiron is conjunct Eris. So that truth is still in there. That's why this is spicy. This is intense stuff. Deepest wounds, the shamanic initiator, Chiron. Your stuff's coming up. Everybody else's stuff is coming up. And the warrior for truth. I don't care if there's chaos. We got to do this thing because you got to live in alignment. You got to get to your deepest truth. I'm going to help you to see your deepest truth, speak your deepest truth, stand in your deepest truth, and create. Chaos is creation. Eris is a doorway into creation. Creating, manifesting, making it happen in the physical world. Creating this next alive and aligned life. So Venus being where she's at, though, again, it's the feminine is sitting in a flow position. So the feminine sitting in this wisdom position. Wisdom position. So when you're getting challenging, crunchy, is this my karma to play out? Is this not my karma? Go to the feminine wise aspect. Venus, specifically Venus, feminine wise aspect would be like, does this increase love in my life or does this decrease love in my life? Does this increase aliveness and radiance or does this decrease aliveness and radiance? That's the barometer you want to go by. Monday through Wednesday, she's the one. You want to take it there because your mind can be getting super messy, and I'll tell you about that coming up on Thursday. And Friday, the mind, Mercury is doing some interesting stuff. Not super, super reliable. Venus would be heart. Heart is more reliable. Moon, remember Moon conjunct Jupiter. Intuition is more reliable. Asking those questions and anything that we've spoken about already is to ask those questions of the Venusian. Does this increase love? Joseph Campbell, follow your bliss, right? He's talking to, this is your soul path. How do you know if you're on your soul path? Follow your bliss. That's it. Does this bring more joy? Does this bring more bliss? Does this bring more radiance? Now that we're talking Venusian words, does this light me up? Does this turn me on, right? Does this illuminate me? This is Venus. This is Venus. This is the place. She's in great aspects. Great aspects. She's kind of the outlet to this intense, crunchy stuff. All right. Let's keep going. Thursday, here we go. This is the mind gets a little bit wonky here. One, Mercury goes into Libra. He was in Virgo. The mind loves Virgo. At home in Virgo. So now the mind is moving into Libra. This is the scales. This is the balance energy. This is also like diplomacy you can feel into. So Mercury is okay here, but we could feel this shift of like, oh, my mind is not working super great. But get this, he moves into Libra. He's at 0 degrees. Neptune is opposing. Neptune is opposing Mercury. Neptune, what does Neptune do? Creates fog, creates confusion. I kind of love this because what this is saying is before this eclipse comes, I am going to get your mind out of the way. Thursday is a great day to do meditations into void, into nothingness. Things that get your mind out of the way. Go into deeper wisdom centers. It's almost like we're being forced to go into different wisdom centers. Like I spoke about, the heart wisdom center. Go lower. What is my hara, my dantian saying? What does my soul speak? This is beautiful because the mind is getting fuzzed out by Neptune. Fuzzed out. So now remember also, Neptune is conjunct Saturn. This is getting interesting. This will play off on this Saturn piece. They're 3 degrees off. So right now, Neptune's at 0. Saturn's at back to 28 degrees. So they're a little bit separated. By the way, this is the big thing everyone's talking about in 2026. When Neptune and Saturn come together at 0 degrees of Aries. This is new earth, new human. This is a birth point, a very huge point. So this playing out in this eclipse, because this eclipse falls at 29 degrees, opposite this point. This is pointing to the future. This eclipse will point to the future, but we want to really take those upper limits off. We really want to get outside of the box. You want to think of yourself as you are full of new potentials. You are an entirely rewired, recalibrated human. And so you want to really go for it. And the barometer here, all week, the barometer here is really go for it. What brings me joy? What lights me up? What feels alive and aligned? What makes me radiant? Whatever that is. Whatever that is, this is not job, this is not career, this is not the thing that makes you money. What is it? You know, it's like that movie, The Notebook. What do you want? You know, what do you want? And this is really pointing to, it's not in the mind, right? It's not in the masculine warrior because he's all jazzed up this week. It's in the heart. It's in the, what is it that makes you feel the flow of love for you? Is it having a child? Is it having a dog? Is it living in nature? Is it being in an intimate relationship? Is it writing a book? Is it the work that you do in the world? What is it? And being so honest, so real about it. Okay, so that's on Thursday. Mercury moves into Libra, opposite Neptune. There's a kite happening. We'll talk a little bit more about this when I get to the eclipse on the 21st. Let's keep going though, because I want to save time for us to really talk about this eclipse. Friday, we have another shift. So the mind shifted signs and then got fuzzed out by Neptune. On the 19th now, Venus, who we've been talking about, is in the wisdom position. She now moves into Virgo, 5:39 a.m. Pacific time, US Pacific time. She moves into Virgo. And interestingly, she moves into Virgo and she's conjunct the moon. This could be a bit like rocking the boat. You know, it could feel like rocking the boat. So if we've been leaning into our heart all week, Monday through Thursday, we've been really in this feminine flow, feeling our body. You know, where's my body leading me? Where's my heart leading me? What's a deeper truth from my intuitive self? I'm kind of going into deeper wisdom centers beyond just the mind. And now suddenly, instead of being in the sunshine, she's in the rain. And so this whole system could feel very different. Oftentimes, those who are very identified with feminine in themselves, when Venus shifts signs, it can feel really wonky. It can feel really... So I wouldn't say that Friday is the best day to be doing this, feeling into your path forward, setting intentions, releasing, because now everything's whacked out. Mercury is still in the fog fuzz of Neptune. Now Mars is still kind of dancing with Eris Chiron opposition. These personal planets, they are all kind of getting messy. The moon, personal planet, is starting to get close to the sun, right? Is coming into an eclipse. Now we're in the washing machine. So come Friday, we're in the washing machine. Like, we wanted to do the work that I suggested, and you feel for yourself. There's other things that you might want to do Monday through Thursday. Those are the work days. Now Friday it's time to get into like river of life and kind of let go. It really is. Everything here is pointing to, let me get in this river of life. And you want to feel the river of life as your destiny line, right? You get in this river of life and now you are really having to operate from I'll say it like this. You're really going to have to operate from and tune into something greater than self. For real. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's the hot zone of the eclipse. Everything in the outer planets at 1 degree, 29, 28 degrees with an eclipse coming up on the 29th. All of these, the mind has just shifted signs and whacked out by Neptune. The heart has shifted signs. She's just like, oh, I'm trying to get my footing in Virgo. The moon comes, that makes it even bigger. I'm trying to get my footing in Virgo, right? I'm trying to like land. Virgo is that earthy sign. It's earth priestess sign. Okay. And now we can start to like get our footing. Giving ourselves some really good earthy practices can be super supportive on Friday. Get your feet on the earth. Don't push to see things. Don't push to know things necessarily. Trust in a deeper energy. There's a deeper energy that's releasing things from your life. There's a deeper energy that is closing doors, karmic doors, opening up dharmic doors. Kind of starting to let that happen come Friday. Now, not only is Venus moved into Virgo, conjunct the moon, we also have a yod happening on Friday. So this is a finger of God. This is very fated energy. We have Mars and Venus pointing at Saturn, Neptune. Again, this is going to be very hard for our hearts, our brains to translate. It is very soul. It is soul time. It's karmic time. Yods, finger of God, fated, karmic. It is soul time. Really, the thing to be tuning into is soul. soul. You want to soul speak. You want to walk your soul path. If you don't have good practices for that, go do the workshop that's in Bones membership this month. It is all about soul. There's also a 3-part bonus series called Nothing But Soul. So this month's workshop is all about getting in this river of life, walking the yellow brick road, really aligning with your soul path. And it's something you can just like ease into, you let go into, and you be guided right into it. So you don't have to think, you don't have to get the heart like, operating and like, where do we go? There's no like hard pushing. You really want to be guided and you want to be held in something. It doesn't have to be this workshop at all. It's the best thing that I could create for this eclipse season. It was created exactly for this month, for this eclipse season, to get us into alignment, to blow up these upper blocks, and to just carry you down that river of life into your greatest potentials, your highest potentials, shedding exactly what's meant to go. I would recommend this to my grandma if she was still alive, right? Who had zero interest in doing anything rewilding. I'd be like, Graham, let's sit down. Like, let's just do this. Let's do this together. This is going to make life real good on the other side of this. If that sings, that's available. Go jump in. It's $59. Stay for a month. Get the 8+ hours of workshops. Hop out if it's not for you. If it is for you, stay. Because we're working new human. We're working new consciousness. We're working highest potentials. We're working on waking up all of our gifts for the rest of the year. Do a year membership. Get 2 months free. Jump in. Like, commit to something that's going to help propel you into what's possible going on in 2025 and 2026. We've got this amazing window of time. Again, if you want more information on that, like what is actually happening? What are the signs and symptoms of this? How do I work with it? And like, what is happening in this? Go check out part 1 and part 2 of the New Human series. You'll find links below and above. There's a playlist on it. Like I tagged them all in YouTube on this playlist. All right. So that's Friday. Now let's talk about Saturday quick, and then we'll talk about Sunday. So on Saturday, we have Venus. See, here we go again. Venus, this is a lot going on. Venus is square to Uranus now. Boom, this is new. Uranus, new, radical, revolutionary. I'm going to push you into the new. I'm going to lightning bolt you into the new. Uranus, the great awakener, right? So this very personal part of self, square Uranus, that's huge. Quincunx Pluto. That's a rough aspect. Pluto is, I want deep evolution. I want evolutionary change. I want the death for the rebirth. That's Pluto. Oh my, this is just such a setup. Like, it's like a ramping up this whole week to get to Sunday. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about this eclipse. Finally. All right, let me remind us. 1, there's an eclipse special. Go watch that. I dive deeper into the 7th eclipse, the one that happened on September 7th, and this eclipse that's happening on the 21st. So if you want more, go do that. If you want a deep dive, there's one sitting in membership, 2.5 hours on these eclipses. Like, you really go for it. Outside of all those workshops and experiential journeys, the one that I would have my grandma do, right? That's all also in there. So, okay, here we go. September 21st. It is a new moon. It is a south node eclipse. It is in Virgo on 29 degrees. Let's break this down. 1, it's eclipse. I've already talked about fated, karmic, dharmic. This is intense. It is a soul time. It wants to mess up your ego. It wants to close doors. It wants endings to happen. And it wants you to get on your gosh darn soul path and wants to throw you further down, like propel you down. I want to karmic skip step you into greater potentials. These are eclipses. Now, this particular eclipse, I want to karmic skip step you, and how I'm going to do that is in Virgo. I'm going to make it about your health. Anyone having health stuff going on? Yep, that's a Virgo eclipse, right? I'm going to make it about your service in the world. What are you here to serve? Who are you here to serve? For me, I serve humanity hardcore. That lights me up. It's in alignment. It brings me joy. It brings me radiance, right? It's what I came here to do. It's how that feels. Service. What is your service? It's going to light that up. Your daily routines. Let me go a little deeper into Virgo. Virgo is about, I am the one who is going to ground in what your soul came here to do. These eclipses are on the soul axis, we could say. I keep saying spiritual axis, and I feel like we fuzz out when I say that. This is on the soul axis. Opposite to this is Pisces. That's the axis that's lit up. Eclipses have an axis, the north and south node, right? So right now, the south node is in Virgo, the north node is in Pisces. But what does this mean? This means I, Virgo, Earth Priestess, I am here to give you the daily rituals, to give you a bit of a path of service, to give you this body, your health, your whole organized system and how it operates in this earth, on this earth, through this body, your soul moving through it. And I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to eclipse you into that more on this new moon eclipse. So I've been working you to release things. I've been confusing things. I've been messing things up. I've been causing chaos and discord. I've put you in a washing machine so that everything can be shaken up. You can be very discerning, Virgo. You can be discerning. You can go through a sorting process. This is for me. This is for me. Nope, that is not for me. Nope, that is not. This needs to be reworked a bit, and then it will come into alignment. Okay, so this is an eclipse in Virgo. Now let's go 29 degrees. 29 degrees. If you thought this eclipse was karmic before, you ain't seen nothing yet. Now I'm really destined. I'm at the final degree. I am at the final karmic completion anaretic degree. What is the crap that you are still carrying around that you do not need to carry around? What is it that you are still clinging on to, you are still hooking into, you are still identifying with? Done, over, be gone with it, right? Be gone with it. That's the 29th degree of Virgo. Now it gets worse or better. It's better. It's better. It's karmic. It's fated. She wants you in your highest potential. And she's telling you, you're carrying these burdens that are not yours to carry. You're carrying this weight that it's not yours to carry. I'm going to get to the new moon part in a minute. So things start to get a little lighter, but let me just give you this karma. It's heavy. It's intense. 29 degrees. It's intense. Eclipses are intense. They're fated. They're destined. They want your soul. Dark night of the soul. It's dark night of the ego. It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time to start living a more soulful life. It is time to start living deeper purpose, deeper meaning. Because when you're living deeper purpose, deeper meaning, you're living closer to soul. When you're living in a way that is in alignment and lights you up, turns you on, you're living closer to soul. It's not that complicated. It's not that we overcomplicate this and we get it all jazzy in our heads, and it doesn't have to be that complicated. Follow your bliss. Joseph Campbell, one fucking line. Follow your bliss. That is you walking your soul path, right? That is you walking your soul path. All right, so Virgo wants to ground it in. She wants to ground it in. I want you to live your soul path. Don't talk about it on a yoga mat. Don't go meditate yourself into it. I want you living it. It is heaven on earth. There is a way that you live your soul. You live your divinity through you, your soul through you, here, in this body, through this body, in this earth, with everything around us. That's her. That's her. There is nothing that is not totally divine. There is nothing that is not made of divinity. So that's 29 degrees of Virgo, an eclipse. Now let's talk about this being in opposition, just one more harsh aspect, and then we'll get to the lighter stuff. In opposition to Saturn. Saturn's at 28 degrees. Karma, Father Karma, Lord of Time. He is going, you are right on time. You are right on time. You are right on time to heal this, release this, shift this, change this, see this, alter this, make new decisions, pivot. What are the things around health? I want to stress health again. Health, 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 health. What is your health pointing to? This is the doorway into higher spiritual, soulful realms. This is the doorway into being in more alignment and alive and on purpose. What is your health showing you? You got a little niggly thing going on. Go right into it. Meditate on it. Reflect on it. Talk about it. Shake it out. Bring some Shakti to it, right? Get conscious of it. What are you? Talk to it. Have a conversation with it, right? What is going on for you health-wise? It's a really good doorway in. If you don't have anything going on with you health-wise, what is it that's really irritating me? Great. Now let's go on the flip side. So let's get off of this like karmic Saturnian. Saturn's going to make it dense. I don't care what anybody says. It's Saturn. He is serious. He is Father Time. He is Mr. Miyagi. You want to go fight the karate fucking match? I am going to need you to paint the fence, wax on, wax off sunshine for a good long time before you get in the game. That's Saturn. You're right on time. You're right on time. And I am going to deliver the lessons you need and the karma that you need, that you came here to complete, because that too is part of your purpose. That too lights you up. That too. So it's not just staring at, like follow your bliss. It's also, what is your mastery? Like it's that Saturn's mastery. What is your mastery? Did you come in here to master being a parent? Did you come in here to master writing poetry? What is your mastery? And it's not just external things that you're creating in the world, like writing poetry. Your own self-mastery. I've mastered myself. I came in here to master my whatever, myself. Right? It's not just external. You self-mastery. You in self-mastery. They're pretty serious. They're pretty serious. Now let's talk new moon. Okay, here we go. This is what everybody wants to hear. I keep getting all these comments like, Sabrina, you've been so serious about eclipse season. Yeah, that's because it is, right? Because it probably feels like that. If you want like light and fluffy smoke up your butt, I'm probably not the person to listen to. I'm just going to lay it on the line. Here's what these energies are. Here's the aspects that they're in. This is kind of what they do when they're in those aspects, right? It doesn't mean that this isn't going to be a joyful, blissful, amazing time. I am stoked about the stuff that's coming up. I am stoked about the pivots. I am stoked about blowing up upper limits. Stoked about it. It's crazy exciting to me. I just got to heal all past lives with some human being that I met in this life. That's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. I got to blow off an upper limit of probably really just only going to have to live in the U.S. What are you talking about, crazy pants? You can live anywhere. All right. So let's keep going now. Let's shift into new moon. It's a new moon. New beginnings. New chapter. What are you looking toward? What is it that you're looking to create? Like, I'm looking toward creating my next home. I'm looking toward living in Australia. I'm looking, should that be grounded and implemented? I'm going to hold a little caveat there for that. But what are you looking toward? And then going back, maybe there were some things earlier in the week that were real intentions you wanted to plant. Real intentions. Think about this. What are things you could do that would propel you forward down your destiny line the most? And they can be very little things. I could walk every day. I could meditate every day. I could reconnect with 3 people I'm really called to reconnect with. I could cut this, and this out of my life. I could do more of this. I could do less of this. I could start this. I could stop this. Those 4 questions are really good. Those 4 questions are really good with regards to looking forward, new moon, planting new seeds, a new life. What are you working toward? And then what are the things, this is Virgo, gets real serious, real like grounded in, make it happen. Take the actions that bring it all the way in through my body and into my life. Those 4 questions. What do I do more of? What do I do less of? What do I stop doing? What do I start doing? Really powerful to do on this new moon, should that sing to you. Shiva, let's keep going. I like this. Bit intensity though. Shiva, masculine consciousness. Shiva to Shakti, the divine masculine, the full spectrum of the masculine is held within Shiva, just like Shakti, the full spectrum of the feminine is held within Shakti. Shiva is squaring these nodes of fate. This means consciousness plays a huge role in how far down your life path line you're wanting to go. Consciousness plays a huge role in the capacity to alchemize karma into dharma, make karma the fuel for your dharma opening up. Consciousness, the gifts and the magic held within consciousness are a key. They're a key to unlocking that greatest potential. They are a key. It is a key. Consciousness, bringing it into awareness, bringing consciousness to it. What is it that your consciousness can do simply when it penetrates something? And if your consciousness penetrates your upper limits, it penetrates the boxes that we've lived in, who we thought we were, penetrates, right? Your consciousness penetrates into that. The alchemizing that can happen, the shifting, the altering that can happen in that. So Shiva, super powerful. If you're doing archetypes and rewilding, Shiva. I would very much do Shiva during this eclipse. If you're not doing the archetypes and rewilding, doors are closed right now. So if you're not in, don't stress about it. We work with consciousness and the gifts in consciousness in this month's September workshop that I spoke about, the Get in the River of Life, Follow the Yellow Brick Road, that Bones workshop, the $59 membership, the one that I would have my grandma do. So if you're like, I want to work with consciousness, Sabrina Shiva, this sounds amazing. I see that he's like the keys to the kingdom. How do I do it? Go do that workshop at Bones. Okay. The kite, I said I was going to mention the kite. I talk much more about this in the eclipse special. We'll put a link below, above. That's the best video to go watch next. I go deeper into, it's just on these two eclipses. Okay, so here's the kite. We have the sun and the moon, opposite Saturn, Neptune. We've already spoken about that. Saturn, opposite. Then we have Uranus, Sedna, Pluto, in opposition to Uranus and Sedna. So it forms this kite, right? This is that piece around everything's at 28 degrees, 1 degrees, 2 degrees, 0 degrees. This is intense. This is lighting up that what is it that's coming in the future? What is this new earth, new human that we're stepping into in this energetic quickening portal between 2025 and 2026? So we'll get glimpses of that. You could meditate on that. A way to do that would be to maybe go look at that New Human part 1 and part 2 episodes. That could open that door and really give you things to like ruminate on, things to meditate into. Just let your mind, your heart, your whole being, a deeper wisdom in self, because we all know like everything's a little bit jazzed up during this particular eclipse with Mercury having just shifted, Venus having just shifted. It's gonna be a wild, bit of a bumpy ride, this eclipse. My sense is this one is going to be much bigger than the one on the 7th. The one on the 7th, we're just getting warmed up. That one was like child's play. This one's lighting up all the big stuff, all the big players in that 2025 to 2027 shift. Everything that all the astrologers have been pointing to around everything's changing signs. Oh my God, how are we even going to look once this is completed? Okay, here's last little thing that I'll share. A little bit of dark goddess stuff going on. Hekate is conjunct the black moon. I love this. Hekate was loud in the first eclipse on the 7th. Hekate, queen of the witches, oracle, visionary, you're at a crossroads. That's what she's kind of saying. This eclipse is a crossroads. Eclipses are always crossroads, but she helps you to see at the crossroads. She helps you to see. Now, her being conjunct the conglomerate of the dark goddesses, that's a lot of juice behind capacity to see. That's a lot of power. That is feminine power rising up from the depths and going, and I will fuel your capacity to make wise choice at this crossroads in life. They are trine and sextile the nodes of fate. So it's kind of like the dark goddesses are there to support, and the queen of the crossroads, Hekate, I'm there to help you see your highest path forward. North and south node, that's your true north. That's your river of life. That's your yellow brick road, these things that we've been talking about. So there's even more supports from the deep sacred feminine to really hold us to the line. Now, they don't play lightly though. They're called dark goddesses for a reason. They're kind of like take no prisoners, and they're going to hold you on your soul's path. They kind of don't care if it hurts your feelings. they're dedicated to your high self, not your little self. So it might hurt ego a little bit. It might hurt your feelings a little bit. You might have a little bit of an identity crisis because they're going, who you thought you were is not who you are. What you thought you were doing in this life is not actually what you're here to do. So if we can get really curious about what is happening here, and if we can really hold this, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. Right? We want that beginner's mind. We want to walk through this like we're literally on a retreat. You're literally on a soul-shaking spiritual boot camp retreat this week. And it's going to intensify come the weekend. It's a really good time to do deep spiritual practices. It's a really good time to go into places that hold soul energy versus mental energy versus like fluffy la energy versus whatever. Deep soulful stuff. If that means that you go out to the woods and you meditate for 3 days, if that means that some people are going to be on a rewilding retreat, isn't this amazing? We've got a whole retreat happening this whole week here in Australia. Isn't that amazing? But feel into for you, what is it that would support a deeper, truer self, the soul self, the spiritual self, because the rest of us is going to be wonky and wobbly all over the gosh darn place. My gosh, it's really great to be here with you. I'd love to see you in the comments. I'm always there the first couple of days. If you're not getting Rewilding Weekly, sign up. I write an email every Sunday and send it out with journal prompts for every single day of every single week, right? And then I also send an email whenever there's a new episode that comes out, a new podcast episode that comes out. You also get notification of that. And I'm really dedicated to doing high value. I want us to open an email and then refer back to it. And if I don't do that for myself every week, I ain't sending it and I'm not writing it. I refer back to every single email that I send out. Yesterday, great example. I'm feeling so deep. I'm meditating. I'm like, what the heck is going on? What is happening? And of course, I don't keep last week's astrology in my head. Once it's through, it's gone. I remember little things, but I refer back to the email and I'm like, oh, the sun is conjunct the south node. Of course I'm in south node territory. Of course my meditation is deep. So good. So good. And the title was Karmic Reckoning for Wednesday. It was so good. So anyways, I write it. It's totally free. Love to see you there. Love to see you in the comments. Love to see you wherever, whenever. Our eclipse specials are on. They end on the 21st though. Final call. Get into eclipse specials. There's the new human. Crazy perfect for this 2025 to 2027 window. Dragon Mystery School. That's like 70% off. Something crazy like that. All of those are going to end come the 21st, the final day of this conversation. Okay, massive love to you. I'll see you when I see you, where I see you, and how I see you. Mwah.